hello, friends, and Happy New Year. I hope everyone is doing well today. I have a new little series that I am taking part in called Baby's Got Scraps. And don't we all? We all have tons of scraps. So I am going to just kind of show you real quick how I store my scraps and then kind of what my solution to doing this challenge was. Now, I start back to work January. We're on Christmas break. I'm an elementary school librarian, which some of you who are new may not know. So I don't have a lot of time during the school year to get stuff done during the weekdays. Now I do a lot on the weekends, which is how I'm able to get videos out and such. But during the weekdays, I'm pretty tired by the time I get home, and just coming in here and filming and all that is a lot of times I just don't do that. So I thought I really want to do this because I really need to use up some of these scraps, but how am I going to do it? So I'm going to try to get a lot of it done this week and over the weekends, and probably my goal is to get at least, I'm going to say right now, because this is how many page kits I've created, I'm going to say at least 12 layouts done with my scraps. So maybe I can get to more. I'll kind of have to play it by ear and see what happens. So let me go ahead and show you. This is what I keep my scraps in. And I know it's upside down, but it's just a little plastic file folder. I got these at the Container Store, and I really love them. I've switched out all of my paper storage to these bins. And these are actually record, like the big 45, are they 45? I don't remember. I don't know. The big record, these are dividers for record albums. So, and I had to trim them down a little bit to fit in here, but they're sturdy and they're heavy, and I got them off of Amazon, and I love them. So this is how I file them, and I file them by color. So I have red, pink, orange and coral, yellow, green, aqua and turquoise. I have blue, and I should say blue and violet, because I keep my blue and violet here. Neutral, and this is where I keep like my blacks, grays, and wood grains, and browns and whites. So I know this is probably not the best way to show this, but it's I don't know how else to do it. My camera is up here, like straight above. And then back here, I keep cut aparts that I haven't used. So like this, cut aparts, and then my multicolored. So all of these, and this is usually where I start with my multicolored. Let me move this aside, and I'll just kind of talk you through my process, which I think a lot of people already know this, but if you're new to scrapbooking, you might not. And that's what we're here for, right? So these are my multi-scraps, and you can see, multi-scraps, my multicolored scraps. And what I would do whenever I want to use them is pull one of these first and use the colors in this to kind of create a page kit, or to pull things that coordinate. So I might pull pink, green, this aqua blue color, orange. So you can see I could pull just about any color from the rainbow for this one, and just kind of build my collection that way. Same for this. I would just pull this out and pull colors that coordinate with this scrap of paper. So for this collection, I'm sorry, I keep saying the wrong words. Sometimes words are hard for me, guys, and I don't know if you notice that, but sometimes I have a hard time coming up with words. And so let's say for this page kit, so what I've done is create page kits so that I can do this challenge efficiently and quickly. and not spend a lot of time like searching for stuff. So this is the one I'll do today, just since I have it pulled out. This is my adorable grandson and his love of all things trucks, vehicles, anything with wheels basically, but he's really into construction trucks. And for Christmas, him and his mom and his twin sister went to Hobby Lobby and picked out things for me, which best present ever. She sent me pictures and she took them to Hobby Lobby and let them pick out stickers that they liked for me to scrapbook with. So of course, this is what he picked out. I mean, how perfect. And I love that idea for for a gift. It was just very special. So they pulled out their, oh my goodness, he picked this out for me. So I'm going to move those to the side, but let me backtrack a little bit back to the scraps. So these were all in my scrap bins. In this challenge, you're allowed to use one full sheet of paper as your background, and that is what this white cardstock is for. And I just use American Craft white cardstock that's textured. And so I pulled, this is probably not the best example because this is not really multicolored. Oh my goodness. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and show you. I just knew I pulled this out of my blue file and I loved this color. And I thought, I want to find things to match this. So of course, and I'm thinking boy, because this, I don't know, bright colors remind me of my grandsons or primary colors. And then I pulled the red. I pulled this red paper. This actually came from a school line. This is like a composition notebook cover would look. And then I pulled out these yellow scraps. And I just thought those would look good together with this white background and these stickers and this. I actually had this pulled first, and then I thought, those stickers that he got, those would be that he chose for me, those would be perfect. And then I pulled the pictures from their birthday party, which their birthday is in December, so it's very current. So that is how I came up with the idea for that page kit. Let me find one that has multicolors. Okay, here's a good one. Also of my grandson. I have a big stack of photos that I need to get scrapbooked of them. So this was my starting point. This beautiful paper, it's from Echo Park. It's a boy line. And I love this paper. It has leaves, it has little mushrooms and acorns, and I thought it was adorable. So I used that scrap to help me create this kit. So I found this to match in my aqua file. I found this to match in my yellow file, and then this in my neutral grays. And then for my background, I just chose this. It's almost a navy blue because this color here, it's kind of a blue gray almost. A Payne's gray is what I believe the artist name would be. It's a real deep, pretty blue gray. And so this is how I came up with this page kit. And it all started from this paper. And I don't start a page kit with photos in mind 99% of the time. I don't do it that way. I'd start usually with a multicolored paper and let that make all my color choices and design choices. And also, I also want pattern to go with it. I mean, I could just pull colored cardstock, but I didn't want to do that. I like a lot of pattern in my scrapbooking. So whenever I looked at this pattern, I saw to me, that is a medium scale pattern. It's not huge, it's not big, but it's medium. And you still have a lot of white space here, so it's not too busy. And then here with the gray polka dots, this is a smaller scale pattern. Well, this would be my largest scale pattern, which I mean, this, you could have a really big pattern, like big florals or something. So, I mean, some might consider this medium, but in my range of patterns here, I would consider this to be my largest scale pattern. So it's good to have a large, medium, and small scale pattern, which is what I feel like I have here. And this one is just, this doesn't really even read as a pattern, although there is some script here. This almost reads as a solid. So I thought, you know, I might do some matting or something with this one. So that is how I choose my paper scraps to create page kits. So I'm going to put this back in here, and hopefully that helps someone kind of figure out how you, if you want to follow along with this challenge, hopefully that will help you and inspire you to go through your scraps, start with multicolored, and pull from based on that multicolored pattern paper. Hopefully that helps and makes sense. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end here and start a process video and show you how I use one of these page kits to put together a completed layout. Thank you for watching. So I'm trying to use the scraps as they are and not cut them down much, because that way I get them used up quicker and don't have a lot more scraps left over. So I am using the gray and white polka dot just as I pull it out of my scrap bin, and same with the yellow checkered paper. I'm going to use that, and I kind of make a little mistake here and don't get this centered, but that was an easy fix. I first tried to use my plastic ruler to cut, but for some reason, the metal ruler is a little easier for me to use when I'm using my X-Acto knife. So I'm going to go ahead and just distress the edges here. And then I'm going to take my multicolored paper and just run that across the whole layout there. So I'm going to mat my photos of my adorable grandson on this teal green paper. And I'm showing you my scraps that I have left over. I am going to try to use some more of those to get them completely used up. So I am going to pop up this photo mat up onto some foam adhesive just to give it a little bit of height and separation from the rest of the page, because I do have so many patterns. And I still want the focus to be mainly on the photos. I find that's a good way to draw attention, more attention to the photos, is to give them a little more height. So I have these photo corners sitting on my desk, because that's one of my other goals, is to get some of these used, and if I can keep them where I see them, I'm more likely to get them used. So and I have a whole bunch of different colors, so I'm happy to get 4 of those photo corners used. So I organized my embellishments, like my leftover embellishments. I organized them also by colors. And so I went through my gray color box and pulled some of my embellishments for this page. And so I had this gray unicorn, and then I had the title piece that you see above, which says "Young souls are wild and free." And he is definitely wild and free. He has the cutest personality. He's full of energy.
and loves to have conversations and talk. So I wasn't there when these photos were taken, but it looks to me like, and I need to call his mom and ask, but it looks like he was being like Superman or a superhero with the cape around him. And so that's what I imagine he was doing here. So I'm adding some of these kind of a corduroy textured star. I have them in gray and this kind of real light green colored, and then going to put that captured up there at the top. It's a tab, and since I have two clusters already, I'm feeling like I need a third one, and I'm going to add that over here to the left hand side. And I'm using these Felicity Jane label stickers, more like a pattern paper than so much as an embellishment. I just like that little pop of yellow around the edges, and I wanted to get 3 of those used around the page. And here I am using one of the scraps. That's what I cut off the edge over there. And I'm going to just add that to the top for just a little bit more pattern and to tie in more of that yellow. And since I did that, I felt like I needed something down here at the bottom. And so I'm just adding a strip of that green, kind of aqua green, I don't know what you would call it, that aqua green color down there at the bottom. And then one more tab at the top. And I'm going to stamp the date, which was October sometime. And showing you my scraps, what I had left over. So be sure to go check out all the other people who are participating in this hop. It's super fun. You'll find all the links below, and hopefully you'll be inspired to use up some of your scraps. Thank you. Bye.